if there is friction in this process and it's inconvenient, then people won't do it. So you have multiple options. Let's say this thing is 5 kilometers long, and the person, in order to get to their future state, has to walk or crawl. That's extremely difficult. Now, provided the future is good enough, there's enough people, and there's a safety net, and this fire is big enough, they're gonna do that anyways. They're gonna walk, all right? But if this is a minor thing, or you just want to increase the conversion rate of this whole thing, you can make crossing the bridge as easy as possible, which means removing friction. Right? And this is the next thing. Let's say you just give him a car that drives on its own extremely fast, so he gets from here to here in 5 minutes without doing anything. That would be miles better than walking across this thing. All right? So your vehicle means how much friction there is. And you ideally want to remove friction. And the way you can remove friction is multiple things, right? It's not only in your sales process or your product itself. Obviously, your product should be easy to use, but I'm talking about offers. How do you do that? Well, first of all, maybe availability is an issue. If I want to talk to a salesperson today, I want help today because this stuff hurts. I want a solution. Then if I open your calendar link and I can only book next week, I'll just find a different person who can book today. Because guess what? This whole thing exists on the other side as well with another vendor. And so the better you can make this and the easier you can make it, you will win against your competition. Okay? And so that's how this stuff works. You want to remove the friction, which means give me availability so I can book instantly. Make it easy to book. If I give you my email, for example, in some opt-in, if I give you my email once, the modern technology allows you to pre-fill all the data. Even if I open a scheduler, if I open some webinar sign up, the email can be pre-filled. So why not pre-fill it? Why make me enter everything again and again and again? For example, adding a phone number in your form decreases conversion rates because adding a phone number is just a hassle. A lot of people don't have it on pre-fill from like their device. So it's just annoying. Adding a verification step where it's like, oh, you got this code and now enter this code so you can opt into our funnel just because you want verified numbers. That's bullshit because now there's a massive inconvenience to getting to the future state. All right. And so you're basically building the more steps you add, you're building a wall here that doesn't even allow them to get on the bridge. So now they have to climb first and then they have to walk. And there's all these friction points. If you make it as smooth as possible, you will win. How easy is it to get started? How easy is it to pay you? How easy is it to sign the contract? Is a contract 20 pages long? Or is it one page with very overviewable bullet points and you just need to sign? You don't need to enter your VAT ID and all this stuff. So you need to find the balance between getting really the minimum amount of information you need to do something and making it as easy as possible for them. All right. And the more friction you add, the more qualified people you will get. But you can also just think, okay, I'm asking these 2 questions in my form, but whether they answer X or Y, it doesn't change what I do. So that question in and of itself becomes irrelevant. Then also think a step deeper. If we get their email and their name, why do we need to ask for company name and industry? When we can just use that email domain that they already have behind the @ and their name to enrich the company, the industry, the revenue, how many people they have, what they sell, who they sell to, what they might need. You can find everything from just that data. You can find their phone number in the back end and remove that question from the front end so you get more leads in total. This is how you remove friction, which will make this whole engine work better. Because even if you have all these things, but there's let's imagine you have a solid product. It's easy to use. You have lots of social proof. You have a safety net, right? I guarantee you if it doesn't work. But there's a wall here that this person cannot possibly climb, which means 20 form questions. The amount of people who will rather just stay in their current inconvenience is way higher than if you remove this entirely and they can just walk straight across.